What is going on, you dead set legends? And welcome to the Ready Bang, the number one arm wrestling interactive podcast in the world. I'm your host, the Aussie arm wrestler. And boy, oh boy, every time I look at my fan, there seems to be shit on it, and it's hitting it pretty hard. And as you can see, I am joined by the owners of Knuckles Up. We have the Big Will, the man that's just booking matches against easy opponents to ensure that he wins. So we know about that. And of course, the brains behind it all, my man Chris. Boys, the last 48 hours has been a nightmare.
That's an understatement if I've ever heard one. But we're getting through it, as I had mentioned in the post we made today. We are not going anywhere, my friends. We're going to make this happen, and it's going to be special no matter what matchups are that day, but they're going to be high level, and I say this in the most polite way. You can't stop us. It's going to happen.
Yeah, we'll just do a bit of a teaser before we tell everyone. Not only is the main event being cancelled and replaced, but the new main event may be in a little bit of trouble. And we'll get to that in a moment because I do have to say hi to the superstar. So just hold on a moment in the chat. I'll say hi. Chris, how much hair have you lost in the last 48 hours?
Yeah, I don't know if it just fell out or I'm ripping it out myself, but yeah, it's been insane. The biggest thing that we kind of just want to put out there, right, is we're doing our best to do right by everybody. We're not really associated with any one organization, so we don't want to take away from anyone going forward with this either. The best case scenario is that we put on an awesome show and event like we planned, and everybody goes back happy, and we kind of leave our mark in the sport in a good way. So,
well, it's looking like that for those that haven't seen the latest Instagram reel. Is that what the young kids call it these days? Production level looks amazing. Production level looks amazing. But what is amazing is the people in the chat. We've got the Drew24 saying major updates. That's right. The main event. Couple of other arm wrestlers will go through it all time and time again. Rian is in the chat. What up, Rian? Hope you're feeling better, buddy. Hope it is all happening. Megatron just hit the gym hard, getting ready to pull some peeps at Knuckles Up. And we'll go a bit over the good things that are happening at Knuckles Up as well. Dan Jean gets in there with a ready bang. My man, White Wolf. He's hanging and banging. He says, ready Fang. Good morning, Jake. Good morning to you as well. Jill, we've got what up, Bang Gang from Lavan, Gas Ferrari. Lucha Pagliacci, I found out what his real name is, and it confuses me. So change your email, Lucha, but I have replied to you. Sean Fontaine sounds like he was a part of the T-Birds in Greece. Says, let's go. Buckle up, Knuckles Up from Michael. David T. What up, buddy? He's saying, hello. Arm Sports Entertainment. You guys would really work well with Tim Talmadge. I love Tim Talmadge. He's what's up, fellas? Billy D's in the house. Roy Baker is hanging and banging, my man. Joe Nelson, a bit of STP. Of course, Spermie's ass is creamy. He's hanging about. Billy D is saying, as long as my ticket is still good, I'll be still there on the 26th. It's all good. Well, you've just heard it from the co-owners of High Five. They're not going anywhere, which is what we love to hear. Phil Woody, my manager, doing great work, gang. Keep leaping through them sporting hurdles.
Thanks, brother.
Mitch Hatfield, just in the chat. Got to make sure I say hi to everyone. I just got off work, ready bong. Rick Chains, bitch, says, sup, boys? Ready bang. Daniel Urick, the Chainsaw Man, is in the chat. Yo, man. Dr. Claw, with a picture of a dog. Welcome, Dr. Claw. KR fan is in the house saying, hey, okay. I think that is everyone. Devons Forearm. Let's just jump in the chat as well. What up, Devons Forearm? All righty, well, we'll start with you. Let's go through it. Jordan Sonev's out.
Correct.
What's happened there?
So that's actually a just an unfortunate situation, dealing with trying to get obviously some of these athletes from other countries over here. We have visa issues sometime, and just honestly, it just wasn't able to work out. We definitely want him on a future card. He's open to that. So we made a quick turn as fast as possible. And as of right now, Kamil Jablonski, the Golden Eagle, I believe it is, from
Golden
Poland.
Dragon.
Golden Dragon. Yeah. Eagles are cool too. The Golden Dragon stepped up to the plate. He told us he weighs 280 plus pounds. He's ready. He's, champion in other federations. He said, I am up for the challenge. And he was honestly amazing. We got all of his paperwork in within 24 hours. Everything is set and ready to go. And we're excited. And Dave is excited about that match too, to be honest. He said that would be a great replacement. His response was, I'll be 285. Yeah, that was a very honestly just a straightforward. It was just we weren't able to get the paperwork, even though we've been working on it for about 2.5, 3 months. It wasn't able to get it back in time. That's all.
Okay. So then from there, what was the next bit then, Chris?
Yep.
We had one of your female athletes got a phone call.
Yeah, so essentially that whole situation was, we get a message like not even, 24 hours or 48 hours from now regarding essentially Gabby's involvement with our event. That was a result of WAF reaching out to her and just kind of letting her know that unfortunately due to certain individuals that are involved with our card, that there'd be a conflict with her involvement with WAF. And obviously, like I said earlier, we took the approach of telling Gabby, hey, we don't want you to get affected anyway, like whether you're hosting tournaments, whether you're competing, especially, WAF's affiliation with East versus West and all these other organizations. We want their best interest in mind. So I think there might be some confusion out there where it's saying, we're dropping Gabby or Gabby, ended up leaving our card. It was really just a mutual understanding that we wanted to do what's best for each other. She was definitely crushed because of the situation, and same for us. That could have been like the GOAT of female arm wrestling as part of the event, right? So, hopefully in the future, the door is still open. Our relationship with her was awesome. She was also kind of like Camille, really responsive the whole time. So if we could work something out in the future, for sure, we'd love to have her back.
Yeah, Gabby's a rock star. And then, of course, with Gabby comes another blow. Gabby's husband's not able to pull.
Exactly. So this kind of trickled down, right? So Gabby's husband, Vitor, was also on a card. And then with Paul Cruz and obviously Gabby's opponent, Felicia, trying to find replacements so quickly is really tough. Again, as it is, we're losing, thousands of dollars just having to cancel these matches on the fly because of travel and because of all the prep we've done ahead of time. So we are in the process of trying to find a match for Paul Cruz, and we should be able to finalize that soon, just to make sure, Billy had said, the people that are still committed to us, we're still committed to you. We want to make sure we put on the best shows possible. So, we're still working, guys. Stick with us.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I know a lot of people they're attacking WAF in the comments, and I'll speak to you. A part of me feels it's not like they're not worried about pulling WAF. I think they're just worried about missing out on East versus West. That would be my guess, because it's the one of the two pinnacle super match formats. So if you're banned from WAF can't compete at East versus West. So I think Gabby wants to win the world title back, the East versus West world title. Yeah, it is all there. Will, we had some injuries as well in a left arm match. So you had another your first withdrawal, Ryan Espy's original opponent. What happened there?
Correct. Yeah. Honestly, as I put in our post, we've been getting low blows pretty much every day for the past 3 months. So another one of those was Wagner reached out to us and said, "My friend, I'm hurt. I can't come." And I mean, there's no way to respond other than we hope you feel better and we want to have you on the next one. All I'll say is, for someone who's hurt, the guy looks really strong and is training real well. But hey, I'm not there. I don't know. Wagner, we love you. You're literally one of my favorite arm wrestlers of all time. So we want you to be here. If you are injured, which I'm assuming you are, please heal up and get ready for Knuckles Up 2, because we want you on that one. So
yeah. So N Will says, can't blame WAF. I'm sorry. Need to blame the athletes for not clearing it with WAF before they accept the matches. I don't know if I agree with you there, and Will. Like, when people are accepting matches all over the world, they should just accept matches, because it's arm wrestling. It's not like, better ask me mum and dad. Mum, can I go to Knuckles Up? What? Can I go to Knuckles Up, please? No, come on. We're all adults here. We're all adults, and they're not. They're not even competing. It's not like, it's weird. I kind of disagree with you there, and Will, but love that you're helping me try and open my vision there, because also with the Bulgarians on your card and your refs are affiliated with IFA. They're just referees. They're affiliated with IFA. You feel that's why the phone call was made?
Yeah, so I think one thing we'd like to clarify, Knuckles Up does not have any connections with IFA, with WAF, with USAA, with any federation. We are strictly our own organization. We are not here
don't do that for organization. That means that you're not an organization. You are your own organization.
We are our own damn organization. We're our own organization, and we have our own rule set. We are not using WAF or IFA or any other rule set. Also, with that, we are not putting in place a ranking system. We are not claiming that if Dave Chafee beats Camille, that he's now the super heavyweight champion of the world. It is strictly about one thing and one thing only: arm wrestling for the people, by the people, putting on great matches, having these competitors feel awesome, having them want to come back to the next one and win another trophy the next time. It's about putting on an amazing show for everybody at home. And I think that's where some of this confusion is. The people on the side of WAF think that we're on the side of IFA and vice versa, and that we're not on the side of East vs. West or King of the Table. We love everybody. We just want our chance to put something on that's going to excite the arm wrestling community. It's been pretty wild to be getting these phone calls, to say the least.
Yeah, and then whilst I was talking about the event, and a couple of more athletes are worried about this WAF ban and everything. So, is there any more updates regarding some of those ones?
Yeah, so essentially where we're at right now is we kind of laid out all of the information we had to our athletes, because ultimately, right, there's nothing to hide. From beginning to end, we tried to make sure they were involved with this whole process, because to call it what it is, without them, there is no event. And we were so honored to have them part of the first one. And they're equally part of this process as we are. So we let them know, hey, this is the situation that WAF has presented us with. And ultimately, we left the decision up to them, because I understand what and Will is saying, but ultimately, right, like these athletes, if you're not under a contract, there is no actual like paperwork that's saying you can't go here or there. And to our point, you're not, like, we wanted to promote everyone equally. We didn't say, Saban or whoever is part of IFA gets more notoriety than anyone from WAF. Everyone was getting promoted pretty equally. In some situations, they weren't even pulling a WAF athlete wasn't even pulling an IFA athlete. So that's why it wouldn't really make sense to reach out to those organizations. And again, we're using our own rule set. So we're at the point now where we told the athletes, you guys make your decision. We respect everything you guys decide because, you know, your careers are in our best interest as well. We hope to have you at the next one if you can't be on this one. Everyone's been super awesome. So, yeah.
Yeah. That's really good. There is Devons Forearm sharing the link. Johnny Cooper's
Thanks,
in the chat. What's going on, mate? We'll just quickly see. Everyone's in there. There you go. Hey, what's happening? All right, see you, Timmy. I'll speak to you soon. In there. Oh, Marcus Thompson's in the chat. What up, Marcus? What's happening, buddy? I tell you, if you guys can team up with Arm Gods,
that would be awesome.
They're great because, you know, they're doing some big things and they just don't care, and that's why I really enjoy hanging out with Marcus and Arm Gods.
I know we do really. So one thing I did want to say on here is, you know, we really appreciate the support that we've been getting even since we put out that video. I think his first name is Paul Maiden, right? Of Arm Gods.
Yep.
You know, he put out a YouTube video, and honestly, we were shocked. You know, just to hear that people all over the world are talking about us and holding us in a higher regard. It's really touching because, like I said, we're a bunch of arm wrestling fans that want to put on a pay-per-view. And 2 years ago, we were just an idea of a team, and here we are now. But it's because of the hard work that myself, Jason, and Chris have put together, and these athletes to be willing to take a chance and experience something new. New can be scary. New can be exciting. But new does come with questions. And I don't know, Chris, I think you would agree. And Jake, even you being part of, you know, the organization of this, I think we've done a really great job of answering as many of those questions as possible and being super, super transparent with exactly what our intentions have been since day one.
Yeah. No, it has been great. It's just need, we just need some athletes.
I just need $1 billion. You know,
wow, you know. That would help a lot of it.
I could just throw money at it and it fixes every situation.
Yeah, we need that. Absolutely. Ward Drake's in the house, and so is Jar Corbin. But Paul Maiden's a star. I was talking to Paul Maiden this morning. I was speaking to Marcus Thompson this morning. They're very. I can't say enough good things about them. That's for sure. And I hope you guys can work something out with Arm Gods in the future because there's an X factor about them. I don't know how I can put my finger on it, but with everything, it's like there's all of this arm wrestling stuff going on over here, and then Arm Gods is just like a running race, and then they're just going this way and go, yep, we're out of here. Just quickly, if we can, Chris, can you let people know what the rule set is for the matches?
Yeah, so we kind of wanted to find a happy medium between the great entertainment value of a match and having a level of, I don't want to say strictness, but making sure that there's a level of fairness across the board, right? So in terms of like running fouls, for example, we felt that that might take away from it. So we wanted to make sure that there are fouls given if your elbow pops up in going towards the negative or the positive, because that could help either arm wrestler. If it pops up slightly and there's no advantage gain, then there's no issue there. Another example would be, for example, people popping their elbow off or slipping into losing position. Sometimes, especially at East versus West, you'll see that there'll be these last minute slips, and it's kind of just a way to conserve their energy to get a restart. We want to make sure that you get actually penalized for that. So there will be a foul given if you try to attempt to do something but we also want to make sure that people are kind of buried into the pin pad and there's no argument of, if you change one camera angle here, that could argue that one person really won or one person really lost. And for the most part, those are the biggest takeaways. We tried to make some adjustments to the table as well, just so that there's definitive lines of what is coming off the front or the back of the pad, because we saw that was a recurring issue that people had seen. Yeah, and for the most part, as we go on, even with this current rule set we have, we'd like to improve it as we see fit. That's why we also include two different refs, because we want to have refs from two different parts of the world, so that we can get a very broad view of like their experience.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, best of five. We're gonna call all the fairs there. Brilliant. So as of today, how many matches do we have on the card?
That's a great question.
Yeah. I guess as of right now, right, if we were to put a number on it, we technically haven't like lost anybody per se after Gabby and Felicia. So we started out with 9, and in theory, right now we're still at 8. We could get text messages right now and that changes, but as of this conversation, that's the only match that is off the table. The only ones that are tentative in terms of finding their opponent would be, for example, Paul Cruz finalizing his matchup.
Yeah. Okay. And you're in talks with people about a Paul Cruz matchup?
Yep.
Correct.
Exactly.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Brilliant. Yeah. So moving forward, say this doesn't hurt too much, and you look at each other and you go, let's do a knuckles up too.
Mm-hmm.
Will you be very cautious of using banned athletes and IFA stuff, or is it just, you know what, we're just gonna, whoever wants to come can come?
Yeah, I think it's kind of based on the climate of the arm wrestling world, right? Like, we're trying to still navigate how contracts work and who can and compete where, and that's really just on the basis of their contract, right? So, we don't know at the end of this, are we going to end up becoming like another AWE? Even though that's not really what we're going for. Nothing against AWE, but look, we're not trying to draw any definitive lines in the sand. We're just trying to say, hey, we want to put on what's best for the people. But yeah, going forward, we already told WAF there are no hard feelings, because we want to make everybody happy. Obviously that's impossible, but we talked with them and we said, hey, tell us what the guidelines are. Tell us how we can make this work for everyone, because we don't want to hurt anyone in the end, right? Because of them, great things have happened, like East versus West and King of the Table. Those are phenomenal like pay-per-views that kind of put us in the position where we are now. So you don't want to forget the people that were ahead of us. So yeah, it's kind of navigating that balancing act.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, it is getting a bit more difficult now. That's for sure, to be a startup promotion. But Will, what is happening the 48 hours before leading up to the event? You guys have got a bit going on, which is great.
Yeah, I mean, so just to clarify, right? So we started planning this. The idea was set 6 months ago. We started planning it 4.5 months ago. For anyone who understands how this works, right? You start off by reaching out to athletes. Would you like to pull this person, pull that person, right? So as of 48 hours ago, it was the standard things, hey, are the trophies done? Is the table all set? Does the hotel have the food? Is the menu ready? Are the room block done? Where are the flights? All right, who's picking up this person? Who's picking up that person? Do we have all the sponsorship packages put together? Because we're setting a beautiful, one of our sponsors is Wolfpack Bags. They sponsored the World's Strongest Man and some major contests. So we have a whole athlete package. And is our media day set up, and the time slots, and who's eating at this time, who's getting a break at this time? I mean, it's standard mumbo jumbo, we'll just call it, but it's all those little fine inner tweaks and tunes to make sure an event like this happens. And then, Jake, as you understand, even from the show side of things, we had our production meeting, and minute by minute, what happens at this time, what happens at that time. So it was, up until 2 days ago, it was all steam, all go ahead, just keep cranking and cranking and cranking. And honestly, myself, Chris, and Jay, we've been up till about 2:30, 3 o'clock every single morning, because a lot of our athletes are overseas, and just dealing with, did this product, when are the jerseys coming in, and all that type of stuff. So up until 2 days ago, it was just, we got to get it done. This is going to be amazing. And then all of a sudden, someone came in with a Bowie knife and stabbed it in my freaking heart.
It's certainly gone nuts. Russell says slipping is a skill. Easy money. Crew, how you going, mate? He says hello, Aussie Arm Wrestler. I hope you're doing well. I am doing very well. Dan Jean says too much politics in this. Knuckles Up needs to collab with Arm Gods. Absolutely, so, we're big Arm Gods fans in here.
And I don't mean to just speak out of line, but it's really interesting that the gentleman suggested this collab. You know, we are open to working with everyone, and I think that's kind of what kind of shocked us is, you know, we got the response of, why didn't you reach out to us first? And we're like, this is our first thing. Like, we don't know what contacts to call and all that. Like, we're just trying to put on this amazing show. It was like, why wait? Why wait till 2 weeks prior? Why not? The card was put out with these athletes, Chris, what, a month and a half ago?
At least, yeah.
Right? Why wait till now?
So more than one person has said, why haven't you reached out to me?
Oh, yeah. Multiple people have said, and we won't say who they are, but have said, you know, you should have reached out to us sooner.
What for? What permission to have these?
That's what I don't, Jake. That's what I don't understand is, I'll quote someone because I want to be polite, right? But yeah, people say that, you know, they've worked hard for years and they put a lot of time and taken a lot of risks and put a lot of skin in the game. We're doing the exact same thing. Chris, Jason, we all have full-time jobs. We're trying to freaking pay off my student loans and I want to get ready to propose to my girlfriend and buy a freaking engagement ring, for Christ's sake. We all have investments, and we're just wanted to invest and put on something amazing for the community. So when we hear things like that, it's like, well, why can't you give the shot to the little guy if they're willing to put the work and time in? Yeah, it's very sad. And then to see the discrepancies and the what's the word I'm looking for, Chris? The hypocrisy when it comes to these situations, and as I had mentioned, differences between federations and organizations where things are allowed at other places, but then aren't allowed for us. And I think that's where the biggest concern is why are individuals allowed to compete here and it's okay, and then they want to come to our card? And if you want to get into specifics, I mean, I'm more than happy to come to our card, and then that's not allowed.
Yeah, it's a bit muddy waters at the moment. It all seems to be pushing shit uphill at the moment. White Wolf, thank you very much for your support. He jumps in. He says, "Sup, lads, 100% support you guys. I'm disgusted with all the promotions that have time limit rules between rounds and split straps, fouls, etc., and they aren't being enforced. Pullers taking minutes between rounds, etc. Yeah, all that dead time. I'm with you, White Wolf. Can't stand the dead time. Cannot stand it. They should have people with cattle prods behind them. And if they slip or anything like that, or foul, and they leave that square area, White Wolf, in fact, I would hire you, White Wolf, and you sit there and you shock them. And it's like, you stay at the table, put your elbow back down, and you'd actually probably take advantage of that, White Wolf. I might not hire you, but that's what I'd have. I'm big like that one.
Yeah, the worst part is having to listen to those damn commentators too. Jeez.
Commentators are the best. Welcome back, Marcus. Had to jump off there. Evan Rang. Thank you for coming back, my man. We're just having a talk, and we were talking about you guys collaborating because I think that's the way to go. I was just saying that you guys have an X factor that I'm very, very excited about. So with what's going on, you've got people coming into the event What do they get? You've got your VIPs, you got your golds, your silvers, you got your general admission. What's happening at the event, or is it just amazing arm wrestling?
Sure. That's probably the thing I'm most excited about is the in-person experience. Let's just go. We'll work our way up. If you are a general admission, you buy a standard ticket. You'll be showing up around 4:45, 5 o'clock, sitting in your seats, looking at the spectacle around you, grabbing some food, grabbing some popcorn, grabbing a couple drinks, and sitting down and ready for full throttle arm wrestling to the max. Now, let's say you want to be a silver or a gold VIP. Well, they give you the best seats in the house. You're going to be up front and center, but also you'll be coming into a meet and greet prior to the event. You'll have time to sit one-on-one with each of these athletes, talk to them, get autographs, pictures, even hopefully grip up with them a little bit prior to the event, and really see what it's like in the minds and physically as these professional athletes, really get to pick their brains a little bit and just get to meet them as a fan. And then every single person will be invited, as long as you just sign the waiver, because we don't want any broken arms, to enjoy the after pull. We're going to have 3 tables set up. We're going to bring 2 extra tables out. You'll be able to pull with all of these athletes to feel the absolute insanity of how strong these guys are, and hopefully learn from them as well. But 2 things I forgot to mention. If you are a VIP, you'll be getting a little goodie bag with some swag and some cool giveaways and that type of stuff. And then, excitingly enough, we are about to announce that we are going to be hosting a reffing seminar on the day of the event as well. So if you are looking to become certified as a referee, that is something we are putting on prior to the event. Chris, I believe that will be at 2 o'clock, was it?
I believe 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock, thank you. 1 o'clock. They'll be able to come in and be certified with Sean Hancock as a referee, and Judy will be there helping as well. Just a cool way for us to give back to the community and grow it a little bit more.
Yeah, beautiful. Hey, beautiful. So sales going pretty well.
Very well.
Getting on track and everything like that.
Yeah. I think
you guys in the form of what is it? Like press conferences or head-to-heads and things like that prior?
Mm-hmm. Yep, exactly. So leading up to it, we'll have our press conference the day before. I think we confirmed we'll have that for 5 p.m. the day before with all the athletes and obviously yourself to help kind of hash out any rivalries we have built up, any history leading up to these matches. That should also be the day before is when we'll do the rule set as well to kind of address with the refs and the athletes any last minute questions, and also kind of give the audience a general overview of the rules, just to make sure that everybody's on the same page. Don't want any like miscommunication or expectations not met there. And I guess just to kind of echo off of what Will was saying, like, we're doing great with the sales. That's kind of the reason why we feel so responsible to do the best we can, because the sport has been really overwhelming, whether it's in person or whether it's through the pay-per-view. We can already see that these small guys are actually not so small anymore, because we're getting attraction from across the world. So again, as much as we couldn't do it without the athletes, we couldn't do it with the sport of everyone else, which is great.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Oh yeah, these guys are going good now with the I forgot what I was going to ask. Bloody hell! Someone distracted me in the in the bloody comments. In the comments, Rick Chains, what an amazing question! Who will be the MC and commentators of the events? Wow, Rick Chains, let me just drop the hammer on you. The one and only. I will be jumping on there, getting very excited to get over there and check this whole event out. I think this will be really good. Can't wait to get over there. It should be a lot of fun. It's going to be a great event. How many people will be able to come watch? Are you maxed out at all, or is it Hey, let's just roll out.
So we do have 300 in-person seats total. I believe we're about 1/3 of the way sold out so far, which is super exciting for us because we want people to feel the electricity in the room and just be really excited for it.
Yeah, beautiful. And have all the athletes agreed to do after pulling? Because I'm not sure about the crew that are going to Knuckles Up, but I know a lot of people now hate after pulling.
Yeah, I think the after pull, like they've agreed to it just because, again, it's not like a lot of them come from overseas, so like to kind of maximize the amount of time that they have while they're there. And I think the biggest part of it too is because we have people from overseas and a lot of people that are even coming from out of the state and across the country. It's an opportunity for you guys to grip up with each other as well. A lot of the guys on our team are going to be going there, so we kind of told them like, hey, look at it as like a huge practice that you happen to have some of the best at the world at, and you just happen to see an awesome event beforehand. Yeah, so it's a great opportunity all around. I mean, even myself, I'd love to grip up with some of these guys like Dave Chafee. He's been one of my heroes in the sport, and he's like a tank. So I'd just be curious what it feels to even try to push a wall.
Yeah, because it's interesting. Like, being to a lot of events, people hate it because they might be sore, they might be tired, and then everyone, oh my god, I just got a pin on. I'm just using Dave Chafee as an example. Dave's a great guy, but it's like, I just got a pin on Dave Chafee, and then it's all over the internet, and then YouTube, including myself. I've done it before. Made a video. Oh my god, Dave Chafee's getting pinned at a bloody local, New Jersey event. So a lot of them are just like, nope, not going to do it. And also with White Wolf, not only am I commentating, I will also have someone else in the booth with me. Who's jumping in the booth with me?
Yeah, Will, I don't know. Who is the other guy?
The bloke that books himself to win an easy match. That dude. Will will be joining me in the booth, obviously after his match.
Don't you make me drop my voice a few octaves already, okay?
Oh god, you got him started, Jake. Look what you did.
Mate, you can drop your voice as much as you want because I'm the high pitch energizer, buddy.
We're going to balance each other. It's going to be great. It's going to be fantastic. No, I'm really, honestly, I'm really excited. I'm just there to give a little excitement just to help you and just enjoy the night. Just from a different perspective. That's all. It's going to be a great time. Jake is he's got the reins. I'm just taking a ride.
No, I'll look after you. Oh, that's what I was going to ask. With a few of your athletes that are still not certain that they're going to be at the event, do we have a timeline of when we're going to find that out? Because unfortunately, we've got 10 days until the event.
Yeah,
and we still might have changes to the card.
So we did ask our athletes to give us an answer by the end of the day today. Chris, do you want to?
Yeah,
take it from there.
No, exactly. I mean that it's plain and simple, right? We told them the hard deadline is not really predicated on us. We told them we kind of need to know by the end of today, because just like how we're getting only a few hours notice to make our decisions, their decisions are also going to impact us heavily. So, like you said, we only have 10 days. So if we know by today, that's one less day that we have to kind of work on to make any replacements or make any moves. The one thing that's really awesome about these athletes, though, that certain ones that are still on the fence, they had mentioned that if they do end up going through with this, they're open to pull both arms. And, that in itself already speaks volumes, willing to kind of step in and say like, hey, I get it. Things aren't going like planned. But I'm going to try to give as much as I can since I'm already going to be there.
It's pretty crazy. We're like, well, if we end up having 4 athletes, we'll just have each of them in different weight classes. If you're good on the right, but he's good on the left, we'll just make it work. It's going to happen either way.
Yeah. Have you spoken to people about being a potential backup? Just go, hey, we're just waiting the end of the day. Not so much pulling twice on the night, but hey, we'd love for you to come over, but we just got to wait in case these WAF athletes or people that want to pull it East versus West.
Yeah, so that's actually been the greatest thing about this whole experience. As we've built the card out and as we finalized the athletes, we had actually people start reaching out to us and asking like, hey, whether I can be on this one or the next one. And we kind of told them like, hey, sit tight because there is always an opportunity. And we've been talking with them as well. And the general consensus is because some of these arm wrestlers are just stone cold killers that we kind of let them know, like, if anything does change, we'd love to have you on the card, and they're all ready to go. And especially when you have people like Dave Chafee and Marcio and Pavlo on the card, everyone wants a crack at them. So yeah, that's the benefit we have.
Yeah, brilliant. White Wolf, I'm about 100 kilos at the moment. Undefeated, just saying, at 100 kilos. So I don't even think they want me on the card because it would just be embarrassing to their guests. So
plus you'd have to put your trophy on the line, and I don't know if you're ready for that.
Well, I don't know if you can afford that. 100 grand.
Oh my
100 grand the asking price. The most officially I've been offered is 8.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
Chris, we got to start saving.
I was about to say Knuckles up too.
Knuckles
Jake's
up
trophy.
too. Jake's trophy.
And that's just to turn up.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Oh. So
then it's not 100 grand if I win. No, because I'm winning anyway.
Wow.
Just 100 grand. Someone offered me flights, accommodation, all the bells and whistles, and 8 grand to turn up and pull for this trophy. And I laughed at them. You know who you are. I've laughed at you time and time again.
I love it.
What's going on, Troy? He's up and about. The Camille versus Chafee is hype. Fingers crossed that match still goes on, and fingers crossed all the bloody matches still come on. Marcio and Pavlo at this stage, we're going to do a show tomorrow about it. So if you've got any questions like that, guys, feel free if you've got any questions. I'm not sure how long these two can stick around for, but I love having a bloody a chat on a live show.
I wanted to say something, if you don't mind. What I find so interesting is let's just say that everyone stays on the card, knock on wood, right? What is the negative issue with these organizations? Like, let's just say the event goes on. How does it affect them in any way? That's what I want to know. Jake, what do you think? How does it affect anyone? It's a rent, and it doesn't affect any placings in the world. It doesn't affect any rankings. That's what I'm just so shocked about myself. Is how does it affect anyone? Let's just say Gabby came and pulled Felicia. Great, she's the knuckles up winner. What does that do to any of them? That's what I'm just so confused about.
Yeah, if I'm playing devil's advocate,
sure, please.
It would be the number one thing would be injuries.
Okay. See, that is a totally fair point. But the sad thing is not one person ever brought that up to us.
Yeah. So, well, I'm coming on with a clear head, mate. I'm clearly the smartest man in arm wrestling.
Yep.
Clearly. 100%. But just say, so like Gabby was on the show the other day, and she's saying hopefully early next year, January, she's going for the world title, the East versus West world title. That's what she was saying. Hopefully, that's what she wants. Mm-hmm. So we'll pretend that we'll take that as gospel. She comes the knuckles up. Felicia somehow cracks her wrist, pops a tendon, and things like that. Now, her big payday or her ultimate world championship that she wants to be done is then in jeopardy. There's that there. There are other reasons why other promotions, they could be scared because they're maybe wanting to hit the US market. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not saying anything that I know, but they just could be scared because they're willing to hit that market. I think a lot of it would just be coming down to money as well. It's other promotions are just more like, holy shit, well, what if they're paying you almost as much as we're paying you? We don't know if we can have you on a contract. Yeah, I think, and a lot of people want that athlete associated to their event. So, like, for ages, like, Lavan was only king of the table. Like, Lavan, king of the table. Lavan, like, when you thought of top 8, you thought of Lavan. You thought of Vitali, you know, and I think people want that, you know, when you think of Gabrielle.
Names. Interesting names. Very interesting names to drop. Very interesting associations to drop, Jake.
So it's that's what I would believe. That's what I would believe as well. And it could also just be a power control.
Yeah. Like I said, I think your opinion about the injuries is very valid. I would
100%.
I would just say, you know, that is a risk that is, especially if you're not a contracted athlete, that's a risk that if the athlete is willing to take, that's on them. And like, you can get injured just as easily in training as well. Obviously, full throttle arm wrestling is different, but those were two very interesting names. And I will leave that up to interpretation because they compete at, well, you know what? That's it. I'm saying it. Vitali competed at East vs. West. He's an IFA superstar. He's a top 8 guy. That wasn't an issue for any of the other athletes at East vs. West.
Is Vitali IFA?
Right, Chris? Yeah or no?
Yeah, so, I mean, he was part of that whole, like, Igor Mazarenko IFA group that would compete with them. Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, but we don't know if Vitali signed a waiver saying that he's no longer associated.
But that's my point is, so a piece of paper, a waiver saying that they're no longer IFA. So can I have Judy and Sean and Sabin and Setvon sign a waiver saying, for this event, I'm not affiliated with IFA?
Which is kind of exactly the agreement we had.
Exactly, Chris.
But unfortunately, we're still getting tons of blowback where it seems like these papers don't really matter.
Contracts don't matter. Agreements don't matter. Because when the guy with the big stick starts waving it, we just have to say, yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Sorry.
Yeah, Vitali and IFA.
It's a very good point.
I clearly knew he was a part of top 8, but I thought Vitali was just an independent puller.
Yeah, and not to mention, you know, not that long ago, I believe in Canada, was it called Be Strong?
Yeah.
Right? Jordan Sanev pulled Devin Larratt. But Devin went right back to, now look, Devin is Devin. Devin can do whatever he wants.
His own man.
But I'm just saying.
Your better argument would have been Sandras if you had said Sandras.
Wait, there's a whole other argument. We're forgetting another one. King of the table, Pavlo versus the bad boy himself, Sabin Badalescu. I'm just saying, guys, stick to one argument and be consistent, because you're just hurting the little guy. That's all I'm saying.
Now, you do bring up some interesting points for sure. Obviously, the bigger guys usually win. I mean, these contracts with East versus West has only come in recently. The WAF one, yeah, that's always an interesting one. But playing devil's advocate, we don't know if they went and sought permission. You know what I mean? Because when you say Pablo and Sabine, you have Pablo and Sabine at your event.
No, 100%. But like I had said prior, why wait till 2 weeks? Why not reach out and say, hey, this isn't allowed a month ago, a month and a half ago. It's just very convenient, Jake, that this happens 12 days before our event.
Oh, it certainly
Very
sucks.
convenient.
Yeah.
It certainly sucks.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm going to use your own words, but I'm just playing devil's advocate. I'm just
You
having
can
a lot
use
of
my
fun with
words.
this.
My words mean
I'm just
nothing.
having a lot
I'm a
of fun with
random.
this. You
I'm
guys,
a random guy.
You guys were like, "Oh my god, our small event is now being seen around the world." So you could say that they didn't even know the event was happening until a couple of days ago.
That's a fair
And
point.
That's just me being a dick.
No,
That's okay. That's okay.
It's definitely true. I mean, if they have so much investigative research to make sure that their athletes don't keep, don't work with any IFA athletes, then they should keep tabs on them when they sign any type of negotiations. Like, I guess what I'm trying to say is like, we agreed with the athletes long before, and some of them did reach out to whoever they felt was necessary to ask if it was possible to do it. Again, we're not going to name names because that's up to the liberty of the athletes and whoever they spoke to make sure that things were fine. It's more about the powers that be above whoever they contacted that essentially like nullified anything that happened before then. And that's kind of the issue that we're running into. We tried to do our due diligence to try to make sure that everything was with everyone. And honestly, with this current event, we tried to make it so that if there are any immediate changes we could make, we did that. And that's kind of what happened with the whole Gabby situation. We said, hey, if that was going to be something that could rectify this and we can continue going forward, we immediately made that decision. Now that we did that, it seems like we're just it just trickles down the ladder, right? And it's like, okay, cool, we did that, and that's not enough. And that's kind of where we had to make the final decisions to say, hey, where do we draw the line? When does this actually stop? Because if we keep making changes and we keep saying we're going to follow whatever rules, then at a certain point, are we really putting on our event or putting together somebody else's event?
Exactly.
Yeah. And then, because for me, and I could be wrong. First of all, Troy, thank you very much for your super chat. He says, funds for litigation and contract negotiation.
Thanks.
Thanks heaps, mate. And I'm a big fan on, let me just check in the chat. Hope you're all doing well. I am a big advocate of you buy the pay-per-view based on your main event. So and now you've had to change your main event. So when you're going back, what kind of event we're putting on? Yeah. Now with smaller promotions, are we all holding off on buying the pay-per-views or the tickets in case everything changes, which does nothing for you guys because you're like, holy shit, we're 3 days out and we've sold one ticket. And then, okay, we can confirm both athletes have arrived in New Jersey. The main event is on. Very, very interesting times at the moment. Very interesting times.
I think that's something that honestly shocked us, though. The community has come together so well. We're almost at 1,000 pre-sales for our pay-per-view, and we are just shocked, honestly, that the house is 1/3 full. And I hope that it's because that they see the potential for what that day will bring. We've tried to be super transparent. You know me, I'm like, Mr. Like, this production's gonna be crazy. Because it is. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be, lights, camera, action, bang in your face. I hope you're just like, ready, bang, all night long. It's gonna be crazy. Like if we could have, trust me, when I say we have had meetings with fire departments to see if we could throw pyrotechnics in the room and they wanted to kick us out. Like we're trying, right, Chris? Like we're trying every single way we can make this production better with the smoke machines and this and and they're like, you're gonna burn the place down. We're like, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
So I think the community has come out and be like, oh wow, okay, these guys are trying to do something absurd, so let me watch. So yeah, thanks. I'm so pumped that you guys are just as pumped as we are. But yeah, it's been crazy, to see that many people getting the pre-sale and people talking about it and getting excited is just, it's super cool. Like it's great. It's great.
So then you're doing the YouTube live and then you're doing the pay-per-view. So what time does everything kick off? The first YouTube live matchup?
I will pull that up right here in my Google document, just so I don't give you the
It's a
wrong
bit too
time.
late to get fancy now.
Oh, watch out. It's spreadsheet time.
Oh, God.
Okay, so
Mhm.
the athlete meet and greet, so these are for the VIPs, will be starting at 4 p.m.
Okay.
We have a few final sound checks and all that type of stuff happening between 5 and 5:29. Because at 5:29, Jake, you will be given the 10 seconds to live signal, which is probably just going to be 10 seconds to live. And at exactly 5:30 p.m., it is showtime for the YouTube live. Now, that we're predicting will probably go roughly until 6:50-ish, 6:45. And then we will have a brief 10-minute intermission, and the pay-per-view will go live roughly at 7:15 p.m. Now, we are obviously, just like any other organization or event, things can go faster, things can go slower. But tentatively, 5:30 p.m., the YouTube live starts. And then at 7:15 p.m. EST, the pay-per-view will start.
Yeah, beautiful. And the link's pinned to the top of the chat, guys. If you want to buy the pay-per-view, it is over on the High Five Arm Wrestling website. Michael's in the chat, and he says, Mr. Ward, tell Will he's my kind of guy. Do we know who Michael is? Do you know Michael?
No, I have no idea, but thanks a lot.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. There you go. It's gonna be brilliant. With people that have bought tickets, already. Do you know if many are traveling, or have you got all of these tickets just based on your area that you live in?
We actually.
Go ahead. Sorry, my bad.
I was just gonna say, we actually have like some people coming from out of town. I think some people already seen that Bob Brown and his crew is coming out to support Craig Tooley, which is awesome. You know, they have a bunch of people from their neck of the woods. And then Sean Hancock also is having a bunch of their guys come out just to make sure from his like out west area. Trying to think who else. I think, we have people coming. Yeah, it's a general area of like New York, some Pennsylvania, obviously people throughout New Jersey. The coolest part too is people aren't only only helping us through buying pay-per-views and being just part of the audience, but it's their teammates that are coming out, which is really awesome to see, like your whole guys behind you being able to support you when you're pulling somebody overseas versus like the most they could do before was buy the pay-per-view and watch from their home. So that's been the coolest thing.
Also, I don't know, Paul, I don't think you had mentioned, but Paul Italia and his group is coming in. We do have some special guests that we've invited. Hopefully, he said if his schedule works, Jerry Carteret will be in the house as a guest. He's not pulling. Don't worry, Waff. Sorry. Don't worry. He's just coming as a guest.
Oh. I might message Jerry. I might message him and go, mate, you coming to Knuckles Up? I'll be there, dickhead.
Please. We'd love to have him and his wife. I'm forgetting a couple other people we've invited.
So where are all these people's, like you're saying, crews and you know, Bob Brown's crew and Sean's crew? Where are they all from, and how far are they willing to travel to your event?
I know Paul Italia is from, I believe he's in Florida right now, so he's flying. Bob Brown is from the Midwest. I don't remember is it Arkansas
or Utah, something like that.
Utah. Bob Brown's coming from Utah. Obviously, like Chris said, tons of PA, New York, New Jersey guys. And then possibly some California people as well. They were just trying to figure out some flights.
Yeah, it's cool to get on my flight. Keep me company.
Yeah, it's actually right. Yeah, what's so cool is, I think that's what's so exciting about, at least for me, I've mentioned before, is, you know, when WAL was around, you know, it wasn't as simple to go to these events. And we're putting it like just on a silver platter. It's like if you can get to the DoubleTree Hotel in Fort Lee, even the day of, you can buy tickets. You can walk in and buy a ticket. So if you're a fan of arm wrestling and you want to see these guys in person, there's nothing better. We did have the question, just for people to understand. They're like, well, it's $100 for a ticket, and we honestly just put it pretty simply. When you go to a tournament, it's $40 or $50 each arm, and most people do both. This time, you don't get to just go to a tournament. You get to watch it, and then you get to after pull with all the athletes. So we thought it was a very fair and great price to be a part of history, we'll call it, something really special.
Yeah. When will you have when we have the final thing about Jerry? Because I think that would be a cool announcement saying that Jerry Carteret is coming to.
You know what I think, Jay? I think you should call him and force him to go.
I'll message him right now.
You should message him and be like, "This is the Aussie arm wrestler telling you need to be." Heck, you know what?
If heard you may be coming to Knuckles Up next week, you better come because I'll be there. Would be cool.
I'll tell him that Will buy him a 6-pack if he wants one too. I don't know if he's into beer, but I'll make it happen.
Yeah, it would be cool to have a beer with you, buddy, and have a laugh.
Now, yeah, we would love for him to come.
Yeah, we're trying to get some local favorites as well, like Mike Aiello to stop by.
Right,
he's been super supportive. So yeah.
Oh,
hang on, Mike Aiello. I believe we sent a request, an invitation that if he can get here, we'd like basically to everybody. I know we sent one to John Brezink. Devin, we couldn't because we knew he would be in Turkey.
John Brezink will be in Turkey as well. I think he's commentating.
Oh, that's right. That's probably why he didn't answer. He's commentating, or he hates us. I don't know. We'll see.
No. And then what was the other one? Mike Aiello.
Yeah, Mike Aiello. Yep. We just saw him at Paul Cruz had an awesome event, poolside arm wrestling this past weekend, and it was the first time me meeting Mike Aiello. And when you meet Mike Aiello, you meet Mike Aiello. You're just like, damn.
Yeah,
guy's a tank.
I'm literally messaging Mike as well.
Oh yeah, great. Yeah, we'd love to have them. We'd love to have them. Oh, and just so if you want a little inside scoop.
Well, that's I think with the thumbnail that says major update, I think people want more inside scoops.
Little inside
all the scoops
here.
All the scoops. Uh-huh.
All the scoops, all the Tostitos. Jerry is someone that we were hoping actually to have him pull Dave, but good news is he is getting better, but he is still dealing. I believe it was the flu or pneumonia. I'm sorry,
pneumonia. Yeah,
he is still recovering from that. And anyone who's ever had pneumonia, I've had it actually 3 times.
It sucks.
It sucks. So unfortunately, we weren't able to make that match happen because that is something we would love to see. Is they've crowned who the king of the North is, right? But who's the king of the United States? And I think that's an answer we need sooner than later, which would be, Dave Chafee, Jerry Carteret, who takes it home. So who knows? Knuckles Up 2. We'll see.
That'd be pretty cool. That'd be very cool. Just quickly saying hi to some people. Jerry versus Dave. Well, let's ask people in the chat who would win that match.
That's a good one.
Let's and hit the like button while you're in here, guys. That'd be amazing. Who wins? While I type out this poll, is it Jerry Carteret or Dave Chafington Jr. Esquire the Third? Ask your community. Let's get in there. How you going, Muscle Bike? Hope all is well. Some people are making some quite fun. There you go. Big fan from Vancouver. Michael's very up and about.
Thanks,
what else
Mike.
have we got? What else have we got? What else have we got? Just quickly.
Vancouver. I mean, that's a what, like 15-hour drive to the George Washington Bridge?
That's one thing I noticed in the States, especially with arm wrestlers. You guys don't fly much. Everyone's like, yeah, I'm driving 12 hours to this event. It's like,
Hey, man.
why wouldn't you fly there?
Times are rough. We're just trying to save some money. Thing called inflation. I don't know how much you're dealing with it over in Australia, but it's hurting us pretty bad.
Oh yeah, it's getting disgusting. Yeah, it's getting disgusting. No, only one King Hoddle. Only one person had pneumonia, and that was Jerry Cataract. That was Jerry Cataract. But get voting in the polls, guys. So at the moment, just trying to think. So we've got Jason Malloy versus Nicholas Narstead. Will, you're taking on Leroy.
Correct.
We've got Svetlan versus Craig Tullier. Chance Shaw versus Sabine. Fingers crossed. Pavlo's pulling twice, left hand against Ryan and right arm against Marcio. Dave versus Jamil, which we still hope still goes on through. Have I missed anyone? I feel like I've missed someone.
Paul Cruz and working on his
Paul
replacement.
Cruz's match, and then we're just waiting on Paul Cruz's match. So I think it'll be great.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
And then, of course, I'll be there hanging and banging, having a bit of fun. So for those in the New Jersey area, I'm just trying to remember. I think I arrive on Thursday morning. I think I arrive on Thursday morning. So, and I'll be there till Sunday lunchtime, guys. So make sure you come up and say good day to me.
Are you really going to be able to deal with all of just my obnoxiousness for 3 days?
Yeah, absolutely.
I love it. I love it. It's going to be good.
I don't think you guys understand who you're dealing with. So, but it's
super important
as well. Bloody hell.
TH5 sneakers. What was the size of your shoe again?
My shoe.
Oh no, Crocs.
Shut the fuck up, Chris. Damn it. Damn it. I had him there.
I'm sorry.
I'm
sorry, Jake.
To open your mouth.
Remember, one guy's looking out for you.
Do you want someone else to pull out of your event?
Hey man, we're struggling here. We need everyone we can get, Will.
Damn it. I was gonna have him too, and you had to open your mouth.
I'm sorry.
I'm a size 37, that's for sure. I'm a size
37. Is that like the EU conversion thing? Okay.
There you go. Northern New York's in the house. Well, make sure if you can, mate, get in there. Come check it out. It's gonna be a great event. It's going to be a great event. White Wolf, I think it's like 5 hours. I think it's like 5 hours. So I fly from Melbourne to LA, and then by the time I get through customs and try and convince the people at customs that I'm a nice citizen, because that was annoying. Then I think it's I'll have about 3 hours before I then have to fly to Charlotte, and then from Charlotte to New Jersey. That's hard. Let me see quickly, White Wolf, what time I arrive. Okay, so I leave Melbourne. I love how the world works, because I leave Wednesday night Melbourne, and I arrive after like 26 hours. Oh, whoops, that's on the way home. I arrived the next day at 9:26 a.m. So, White Wolf, I'll be in LA at 5:45 p.m. and I don't leave LA until 10 past 10 p.m. Which is, for me, I think, like, yes, I know it's like, 5 hours. But after what I had to deal with at Arm Sports Entertainment, because like from when you get off at LA and to the customs line, and I was like 400-500 deep in the line when they first opened. I just made my flight, and the 6 or 7 times you got to check, I literally ran to the plane, dripping with sweat, and then ran in my bare feet. Or in socks to the plane. They were calling my name, and I'm like running through LA going, that's me! That's me! So I quite like that it's 5 hours. Silky Wilkie's jumped in. He says organisers need to contract Jake, binding him to wear Crocs for at least 20 minutes of airtime.
Yes.
That's awesome. We would love to contract Jake. I don't know about the Crocs, but yeah.
Hey, Chris, who's your business partner here? Come on. I'll get a TH5 Croc charm made for him. It'll be classy.
Right.
But
just hang on a minute there, Will. We'll fuck him right off. He's gone.
I was just going to say, I actually do need to hop off. But I just wanted to say before I got off, thanks so much for this. I mean, and we're an open book. So if anyone has questions, just shoot us a DM. We're here for everybody.
Yeah, definitely. So hi, I'll actually, let me just go to Instagram, guys. And if we just go to these bad boys here, just so everyone knows what they are looking for, if you go to share screen and go to the High Five Arm Wrestling right here, guys. And they've just done a bit of an update. I think that's got music in it, so I can't play it. But I mean,
it's our own music.
Yeah, but I still might not have rights to it. I've been stinged before.
No worries.
So, who's this?
Oh,
who's that bloke there with that stupid pose you made me do?
Oh, it's fantastic.
But was more than happy to do it. Just jumped out of the sauna, so I got me red rosy cheeks. I always have red cheeks, and I don't know why. But it's going to be a mega event. Chris, just quickly, where is the event?
Yeah, so sent a link in the chat down below for you guys for the in-person tickets, but essentially it's going to be in Fort Lee, New Jersey. It's at the DoubleTree by Hilton. It's literally, like Will was saying, like a stone throws away from the George W. Bridge into Manhattan.
Okay, brilliant. Okay. That is good. Beautiful. Well, Will or Chris, if any of you guys have to jump off, I'm going to have a chat still with my guys in the chat. We're going to talk about some other stuff as well, so you guys can stay or come. It is up to you.
Thanks
come
a
or
lot,
go.
guys.
No, come. I got to stop doing sexual innuendos with this lot.
Guys, we'll see you later. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for everything.
Too easy, mate. I'll speak to you soon.
Peace.
Pleasure, everyone.
Beauty. What's happening, everyone? And they both jumped off. There you go. I didn't know Chris was jumping off, but that is okay. So yeah, pretty good event, guys. We'll hang about for about another 10-15 minutes. We'll shoot the shit. We'll have a bit of fun. Yeah, White Wolf. Yeah, if you're somehow in the area, we can definitely have a beer and have a laugh. What else have we quickly got? Sorry, Schmo. Damn it! I forgot to do that one. Damn it! Jake Model, the most despicable move. Yes, I am. That is for sure. Okay, what else have we happening? Okay, beautiful in the chat. So yeah, it's been a bit. It sucks for Knuckles Up that this is happening with some WAF affiliations and things like that. I will be having a show recorded or live with Donna Dries, hopefully within the next 24 hours. And the High Five just jumped in. So there's their YouTube if you want to watch. If you want to watch their pay-per-view and their YouTube live. So that's obviously their YouTube channel there. So get around it. That is for sure. So no, Jerry isn't pulling Dave. That's what they initially wanted. Jerry Cataract may be a guest at the High Five. Dave Chaffee is pulling Camille Jablonski. I got to keep getting his bloody name right. So that'd be really good. that'd be really good. So I'm up and about for that one. That'll be a great match. And yeah, so Camille's just still waiting if he is allowed to pull at the event. So unfortunately, with everything that is going on, we've got some what are we casualties? Some casualties at the moment. So it's starting to be at a point where if you want to pull at East versus West, then you can't be in an event with IFA or banned Watts. Because I understand everyone wants to pull at East versus West. It's one of the two best promotions in the world at the moment. Frustrating that that's the case. So yeah, because like Judy and Sean are just referees, you know what I mean? And I kind of get it with having Yorn and Son Evans Svetdan on the show because I believe Bulgaria is currently suing them because Jordan said that on the show a while ago. But yeah. So a summary of the card. I think I might have a quick little video of it, Phil. I'm happy to do that for you. No, wrong one. I need to do this one and meow. So if I go to, I think it's this one. Too many videos on there. So that match isn't happening anymore. No, this isn't the video. Damn it. Let me just find it. Because that was just Vitor and Gabby when they were on the show. Damn it. Maybe it's this one. Okay, so yeah, that match isn't on anymore. So they're trying to find an opponent for Paul Cruz. That match isn't on anymore. That one's gone because John and I did a prediction show the other day. No, that was, they're both the Gabby ones. Okay. Oh, I can't find it, so I'll talk about it. So they're kicking it off with, apologies. So Will, that was just on the show, he's pulling Leroy Walker. He's like a street curl champion. He's pulled at the Monster Factory before. He's got a really good following on Instagram. Then we've got, so that'll open the match. We've got Jason Merlot versus Nicholas Narstead, which will be a banger. Can't wait for that one. We also have, I think, and these are all YouTube lives. I think Svetdan and Craig Tullier is YouTube live as well, which is, wow. Then we've got, then the pay-per-view is kicking off. Chance versus Sabine. That'll be a great match. Hopefully it still goes on. Pavlo left arm against Ryan Espy. Pavlo right arm against Marcio Barbosa. Dave versus Camille Jablonski. He also has to find out. There will be some people pulling at this event. And basically, that's what I know. Good luck, Knuckles Up. Really hope it's a success. Will Uncle John be pulling? Not too sure. I messaged them and said, hey, here we go. Let's get an event. It'll be awesome. I can't wait. But we'll have to wait and see. We will have to wait and see. That is for sure. That is for sure. But it is all kicking off in the arm wrestling world. You bloody awesome people. So yeah, then just working out a time because Don's now in Europe, I believe. I'm not too sure. I'm trying to guess off his Instagram post, but Don and I have been pulling. So hopefully, Don and I have been chatting, and we're just trying to work out a time that suits him, and hopefully we can get some questions and have a chat and keep the relationship because Don and I get along well. And I like him, so he's awesome. And I want to get his point of view one-on-one with Don. I want to get his point of view about it all. Get Jason Merlot to pull Paul Cruz lefty. I know Uncle John wanted to pull him lefty, and he said he'd pull him for free as well. So that's pretty good. Sarah, how are you, superstar? Hope you're doing well. Hope you and Jason are crushing it. Are crushing it. So, and I hope you're smiling. And I hope everyone's smiling, because I'm always smiling. This is getting ridiculous. Let them pull anywhere. Yeah, I'm like that. Look, I get it, because could you think like Knuckles Up have Pavlo Derbedenyev? He's a great name. He's a great puller. Now, if he had hurt himself at East versus West, as Knuckles Up, you would be pissed. You would be pissed. Of course you would be. We all would be. So, I mean, Zurab Tabariti breaking his arm at AMC. So, it's a weird circle that is going on. And with so many amazing promotions coming up, well, what can you do? It's at the end of the day, you got to protect. I understand the whole protecting yourself and protecting your investment. That I don't have a problem with. There's some other bits and pieces I have a problem with. Tyler says, my opinion, the powers that be intentionally waited until the last minute to block the athletes to harm this promotion. Big call, Tyler. Big call. You just never know. You never know. Yeah. It's definitely an interesting one. And I mean, these sorts of things we can talk about over and over again. If I'm being, what's the word I'm looking for? If I'm WAP, like they're organizing their annual big event and it goes for like 11 days or something. If I'm a glass half full type person, maybe they didn't know. Maybe they didn't know about the event. I don't know. I reckon there's so much more behind the scenes that we just don't know about it. What's happening, mate? I hope you're doing well. You're a visionary in the sport. What year do you predict the first arm wrestling match will happen on the moon? On the moon? Not long. Within 10 years. Within 10 years, for sure. Absolutely. And I'll be the one pulling, White Wolf. I'll be the one pulling. What else have we got? Are injuries the only reason you're in favor of restricting athletes from pulling at other events, Jake? If you are in favor of it. I'm in favor of my friends getting big paydays, guaranteed money. In a world of uncertainty, and I live in it here, putting everything into arm wrestling, my pay is uncertain. It is 90% fan funded, which is just amazing. And my family, thank you all for it. That's why I'm trying to do other things to give back, trading cards, memorabilia, things like that. Anyway, I've gone on a tangent. For my exclusive contracts, like this could be a good thing because they're under one banner but two banners, you know what I mean? So they're working together. So if people that really love rankings and world title matches and things like that, well, now it could be an official one here. Does it suck from a fan's perspective? 100%. So when I was in Adelaide, that's the state next to my state here in Australia, so many people were loving that Toddzilla was in their country and at their event. Now, not everyone's going to Turkey to see these guys pull. No, not everyone's going to Dubai. And even if you are going to Dubai, there's not that many seats available. And the last couple of events, you haven't been able to go and watch East versus West. So I think from a fan's perspective, getting your athlete in your hometown or your country is now being very limited. Now, East versus West is going to run an event in North America. Fair enough. But yeah, it's weird. I'll be very interested. I just don't like the behavior of it all. I just don't like the behavior. Like, I'm having great conversations with Don, but then we've seen in the past, if you disagree with anything, you just delete your comment, delete you, blocks you. So I would love to have a one-on-one chat with Engen off camera. And say, hey, mate, give us the lowdown. Because I am also in favor of trying something new to see if it works. I'm also in favor of that. So we'll see. We'll see how it all goes. We'll see how it all goes. No, they were just talking about that's the initial match that they wanted. Jerry was really sick, but he might be a guest at Knuckles Up. Yeah, he might be a guest at Knuckles Up. Hey, Andy, what is going on? What is going on? Hope all is well. I presume John will come out of retirement again at 70 and pull a stem cell to the max. Aussie arm wrestler for the Interstellar Universal Championship in 2034. Yeah, very, very great match. I'd win that. I would win that. I'll end the poll. I was just saying with the Jerry Dave thing, if that match happened now. Hey guys, can we quickly smash the like button? We'll go for a few. We'll go for a few more minutes. I just love chatting with you guys. Marcio and Pavlo at this stage are going to be on tomorrow. This time tomorrow, so that is going to be good. What else have we got? Fun chatting tonight. Thank you, David. Are you going on Beer Man Show? If so, that's starting in half an hour. Go check him out. Go check out. Get in there. Ozzy, you're in good form of late with the jokes. A few genuine lulls. What do you mean great form of late? I'm always in great form. Fine form Wardy, they call me. Nah, appreciate it, mate. Appreciate it. What else have we got? Okay. Yeah, so that'll be a bit of fun. Then I'm just double checking some messages, see if there's anything I can or cannot talk about. So it'd be very intrigued. Yeah, people are just messaging me. Okay, so yeah, I'm looking forward to having a chat with Don. I don't know. One of the questions I'll be saying: are you exclusively signing commentators like a broadcast team? I don't think they will, but I do think, and this was something that I knew was going to be a tough task for me getting into the sport when I first started. Everyone always wants to hear from world champions. They do. So then when you've got, what's it called? When you've got John Brazin commentating, you had Michael Todd at King of the Table and things like that. Neil's a world champion. You know, that will always take precedence over me. And that'll cost me. But I like commentating all the local events. I like commentating, for me, they're not minor promotions. I don't call them minor promotions. I like the other promotions as well. So I don't think my time at King of the Table is over. I don't think so, because it is awesome. And Don and Matt Rhodes really look after me. So unless they're told otherwise, I think I'll be fine. Would I sign a contract? I got to look after my family. That's for sure. And if I can look at my daughter in the eye and know I've done the right thing, then I'll sign or not sign a contract. For me, everything I do, so like with videos I make, I'm like, that doesn't really sit well with me. So I have a lot of videos on my hard drive that I haven't posted. And they could have got me your 30, 40,000 clicks, but I just didn't post them, and a lot I didn't make because I'm just like, no, that doesn't sit well with me. That doesn't sit well with me. So I'm not a more spews, more views type of guy. What else have we got? What else? Okay, yeah, it's hard because everyone's just really, yeah. I mean, it's the topic of conversation, isn't it? So that's why, like, I've stayed on a little bit. You guys can say your bits as pieces, whatnot. I'm starting to suspect Jake is borrowing Neil's time machine. What do you mean? What do you mean, man? And once again, a few times, you guys are going. You guys are going hard in the chat. You guys love it. It is very unique. And I think that's why a lot of people are starting to get upset, White Wolf, because it's now, I wouldn't say you have to choose sides, but I think that's just growing pains with the sport. The community and brotherhood is getting bigger. Therefore, now people go off to their own little sections. If you're at a party and there's 10 people there, you all kind of sit together and talk. But when there's a party of 30 people, some people might go in the corner there, some people might be outside. And then when there's a party of 100 people, not only do you have your little groups, but some people aren't going to get along. And I think that's the stage. I think that's the stage that we are at in arm wrestling. Yeah. It's going to be a very, very interesting time. So tread carefully. And what I mean by that, if you're someone that is really big in the YouTube game, then things have changed at the moment in the YouTube game. That is for sure. That is for sure. Jake, will you still be my friend when the sport has grown 100-fold? No, not a chance. I'm everyone's mate until you annoy me. I know a lot of people troll and attack me and attack my family, but that's the game you play when you do this. So that is fine. But if you come to the show and you're enjoying yourself, like I said, I try and say hi to every single person. I try and say hi to every single person that has jumped into the show, because I'm very grateful that you guys want to hang and bang, sling and slang with this weirdo from Melbourne. And I love how the arm wrestling community has accepted me. It is the best. And I love that this year I've been on 5-6 international trips. It's amazing because of you guys. So I try and be everyone's. Friend. Ready, bang. Murdoch. Let me get that question. I just got to reply to my wife. Anything I can on that show? Okay, let me get back to it. So I was just sorry. Family always takes precedence. So yes, absolutely. I was almost going to an event that had slap fighting in it and sit down arm wrestling in Thailand. I don't think I'm going anymore, but there was sit down arm wrestling and slap fighting. I definitely want to expand. So if I have a weekend off, or say midweek off, Sorry, that's really good news. But I can't share yet. So, yeah, I want to do everything. I want to commentate football here in Australia. A huge goal for me would be to host a game show. But I love all sports. Like if you go to my other channel, check, I know my usual suspects will know about this, but check out my other channel here. I'll just get it on the screen. All righty, share screen. Share screen. And this one here. So if you go to my Aussie Calls It, I commentate all types of sports. Pillow fighting, pole vaulting, fails, bad day at work, dumb sports. I got 2 more videos coming out this week. So keep an eye out for them. But yeah, I love big people versus little people in footy, dumb criminals, gym fails. But I also did a lot of you suspects are in there. I did the Jake Paul, Nate Diaz live commentary. I'm going to get more into doing events and things like that. So we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, got more videos scheduled, ready to come out. So Aussie Calls It. So yes, I want to do more sports. But at the moment, arm wrestling is taking up my full time. I love the 98% as well, Joshy boy. Absolutely love it. Like the stream, yeah, Muppets. I do love sumo wrestling. Hey, how you going, Varley? Hope you're doing well, my man. So everyone's quickly saying hi to everyone. Drummer boys in the chat. What up, drummer? Slap fighting has no culture, but you know what? They got Dana White backing it. They've got Dana White backing it. Marcus Thompson's come back. Where were you, big fella? Where were you? We're just talking about the future of Aussie Arm Wrestler at the moment. And we're just shooting the shit about some other things. And then we've got Evan's show coming up after this. I'll probably pin in the comments that maybe for the first hour is all the information. And then we'll chatting about contracts and things like that. And we'll go from there. Marcus, fun question for you, buddy. Would you sign anyone, any athlete exclusive to Arm Gods? What is your favorite game show? I love them all. I really love them all, mate. I really love them all. I watch old school game shows on YouTube. I watch some game shows that are on at the moment. We just finished watching a show called Hunted. We're on a show now called The Traders. Yeah. Drummer boy. Aussie arm wrestler, I have a moral dilemma. Speak to me, drummer boy. You'll be in New Jersey, but I swore to myself I'd never willingly drive to the Hudson ever again. What should I do? I'd rather fly down under than go to Fort Lee. Why won't you go? What's wrong with the Hudson ever again? Why aren't you going? Was it just because you swore? Is it a terrible drive? Is it dangerous? And Australia is beautiful. Or you just don't like Fort Lee? Give me some more context. What else have we got? the wonders of Marcus are not to be questioned, Jake. I've got to. It's for the people, White Wolf. It's for the people. What else have we got? Put free beer in the contract, and that will sell that soul. Okay. I'm not a fan of slap fighting, by the way. I don't like slap fighting. There's just something about it that just doesn't sit right with me. It just doesn't sit right with me. I don't like it. I've commentated it before. I I've commentated it, but it's going to be area. Okay. The area around the Hudson, not Fort Lee specifically, is the armpit of America, or at least the drive-through. If it's safe, I think you should come to the event. If it's safe, if it's not safe, well then don't. I don't want to. I don't want to be the guy that gets you in trouble. That was all staged. That was dumb. That slap fighting thing was dumb. That was all staged. Is there anyone else? Is there anyone else in the chat that will be at Knuckles Up? Oh, be really keen. Really keen to meet a lot of you guys. That's for sure. I'll be real keen. What happened to Wagner? He was originally supposed to pull Ryan Espy. He was the first one to withdraw with Knuckles Up, so I'll do a quick summary. He was the first one to withdraw from Knuckles Up due to injury. Then Gabriela Vasconcelos had to pull out, which then dropped the Felicia Eklund match, which then had Vitor Munez, who is the husband of Gabriela Vasconcelos. They had to pull out because the two referees are IFA, which is against WAF, and anyone banned from WAF can't compete at East versus West. So Jordan Sonev and Gajewski were supposed to be on the card. Gajewski still is. Jordan Sonev couldn't get his visa approved, so it's Dave versus Camille Jablonski, but Camille and Chanshaw are still waiting to hear back to see if they'll be banned from WAF. So, man, it is madness. It is madness. So it is going to be very, very. But they're still going on. They're still going on. You did set legends. Yes, I'll hold you a pack of cards. So I should have about 8 packets with me. I should have about 8 packets with me. And if Uncle John gets booked and he comes, he said he would pull for free. I don't know if they're going with that, but if they do, that's awesome. If not, because he would have brought some as well with him. But I'll make sure. But don't introduce me as your real name. Introduce me as your YouTube name. If you tell me your real name, I won't have any idea who you are. We'll go for about another 5 minutes, guys. And then you can all get ready and head over to Evan Burgoyne's channel, have a few beers with the beer man, shoot the shit, have a laugh, and watch them lose their shit. That is for sure. Another thing, if you guys could, I just want to show you something before we wrap up. Let me just go to share screen. Go check out my guys here. Oh, first of all, James Wall, stud. Go follow him on Instagram. He just came back. But go see my guys here at Arm Gods. Armgods.com. You can be a part of the Secret Society. They're moving their show over there. You can go to the Alpha Room and hire videos. Their events, right, they have so many events. So for as little as £5 a month, you get access to a lot. So here are the plans: Mortal, Demigod, God. I'm just doing this because I really rate them. And then they've got an event in 14, 15, 45 days. 45 days. And you can get Arm Gods. You can go to Arm Gods event, which they'll be advertising the absolute poo out of it, and I'll be advertising it as well, because they're my friends. They're my friends. You may be at Knuckles Up. Awesome. Hope to see you there. No snakes in Ireland. There's a lot of people that drink there, though. Geez, that was fun. Yeah, maybe do that. But it depends on how many people are there. Because I know, like, speaking to everyone at Arizona State, that was hard to spend time with everyone. But I will try my best, Rick Chains. How do WAF hold so much power still? Because if you're banned from WAF, you can't pull it East versus West. And everyone wants to pull it East versus West. Oh, you'll be there. VIP ticks. Awesome. See you there, buddy. Okay, a few people. What's happening, Myers? Awesome. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Sleep tight, Aussie. Are you going, Silky? Hey, before you, if you've probably already left because I'm behind on the comments, head over. Marcio and Pavlo tomorrow on the show. We're going to talk about Knuckles Up, and I might even ask him about everything that is going on. What else? Marcus. I am an Armed Gods for life. We need to sort out about me coming over at September 30th. Actually, no. Wait till I speak to Don first. Because then if I'm going to Dubai the week before, then we can work something out. But Jess, Zadie, and Future Baby, thank you very much for always giving and always making sure the Aussie arm wrestler is looked afterwards. That I will always be grateful for. Cannot thank you enough, mate. Cannot thank you enough. You know it. You hate it when I praise you, but shove it up your ass. I'm praising you. Really, really appreciate it. White Wolf, we've had beers and you've helped me during a tough time in my life. So I know exactly who you are. We've had a few beers, but most importantly, we've had a few laughs together. And you have held on to that magical jacket, that famous jacket. Thank you, everyone. Like, I know I was praising Marcus about this one. You know, White Wolf, Silky. You know, you guys are constantly super chatting. A lot of you guys are in the chat are at every show. I'm seeing Turd Burglar, Defends, Megatron, the Drew 24. You know, James M, the Schmo, Michael Workspace. You know, whether you guys are agreeing with each other or not, Muscle Bike, you are at my shows all the time, and you always make me feel like a rock star. You really do. You really do. And I will always appreciate it. I really will. You guys might not like each other in the chat. Jar Colbin's another one. He's always in there. I said defense, didn't I? You're always in there. David Tomez, he's been donating a lot financially. Yeah, so you guys are just the best. I really appreciate it. Michael Workspace says, Jake, did you see my reasonings why having Devon and Hermes go first wasn't a good idea? Oh, did you give a long explanation? If you want a chance of me replying, keep it short and sweet. But I will try. And remember to go check it out, Michael. I'll definitely go try to work it out. Yeah, David, you've been a superstar. That is for sure. Varley, you disappeared for a while, but you came back. Yes, I think that's the one thing I enjoy about my channel. You guys, we had some growing pains where I was like banning each other and attacking each other. I see that you guys are disagreeing in the comments, but I just let it roll because you're not getting abusive. A lot of nuts grabbing and things like that. That's getting in there. The power of the usual suspects, aka I initially called you all the unfuckables. Remember those days? Those that were hanging around? Oh, man. Will I be wearing the legendary bloody jacket? Well, that's up to Knuckles Up. I just got this awesome tailor-made suit from Lamiligo. The best suit I've ever seen. Can't wait to put it on. But I'm not sure if I'll save that for AWE because AWE hooked me up with this guy. So we'll see. We'll have the schmo. We've got you the man, Jake. We all love each other except Drew. He's just attacked to my hip. Not Tomez. Man, geez. Did I say David T? David Tomes. I've been saying your name properly. Oh, bloody hell. Bloody hell. Yes, Stacey, you have definitely been an OG from back in the day, which I love, which I absolutely love. The usual suspects. That is right. Here's a little something for the funsies. Thank you, Michael Workspace. Please run late. No, I've been going way too long, Evan. I've been going about 50 minutes longer than what I thought I was going to do. You can have it. You can have it, Mitch. We're the usual suspects. And the Jake Biden polls. So I just want to double check. Let me just double check before I hop off. I believe both Marcio and Pavlo have agreed to a time. Let me just double check. Where are you guys? Where are you? Pavlo, here we go. Okay, so I'm waiting on Marcio. I've said, can they do 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Wednesday night? If Marcio can't jump on, because I don't want to go over Derek's time, so that's why I've said 6 p.m. I will. I still just might jump on with Pavlo, and I might get Marcio later on in the week because Pavlo's just been so flexible, and he's just yep. Whenever you need. So I don't want to keep messing it about. And Marcio's been great as well. So hopefully we can get it Wednesday night. Also, my chat with Don. We'll see how that goes. And we will go. Perfect. All good. Sorry, David Tomez. No, just kidding. I couldn't help myself. Have a great evening. See you soon. I will see you. Thank you very much, David. I will see you all at I should be able to. Well, I'm going to have it on my phone, Evan Shaw. I'm going to have it on my phone because I've got to go to the gym and I've got to do some stuff with the studio. I've got to make the studio video for the members. But you guys are just the best. You guys are the best. Get over to Evan's channel now. Thank you, Jeff. I'm glad you enjoyed the show. I'm glad everyone enjoyed the show. David, thank you very much. Everyone, thank you so much for being the deadest of the settest of the legends. Knuckles up in 10 days. Can't wait to get there. I'm out of here. Keep being awesome. And we'll hopefully see you tomorrow with both Pavlo and Marcio. And also, if I get my recording with Don, I'll set it at a time for a premiere for everyone to watch. You guys are the best.